Up on the healing bench today is an 06 R6. A friend of mine picked this up. It's got a knock in it. So we're going to try and track that down. I'm hoping it's timing chain tensioner. I'm going to slap a manual tensioner on it and see if that makes it go away. We're going to go through and do all the normal stuff to it to see if we can get this thing ready for a flip. It doesn't look half bad. I'm just a little weary of that knock that's in the engine. To me, it sounds like it's either coming from the clutch or down low, but I could be wrong. It might be just something slapping around in there, so we're going to try that. So I got to get this side ripped off. The only problem is it's snowing right now and it's freaking cold in the shop. I've got the big heater up there, but I've only got a quarter bottle of propane, so I'm gonna have to go and get a couple bottles. But this is the next thing that I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride on. Well, here we are. Put the timing chain tensioner in. Had more tension on it than needed to be. Still knocked. We decided to go ahead and drop the exhaust and drop the oil pan, and we found our answer. I don't know if it picks it up, but that is glitter laden. Almost sounds German. So we got a lower end issue here. There is so much shiny glitter inside this. So the plan is we've got another motor a friend of mine's got. We're gonna bring that over to the healing bench, and we're gonna rip it apart. It shut off on him and it was one of his race bikes, but we know the bottom end is good. We think it just jumped time, possibly bent a valve. So the idea is we're gonna pull that motor apart to see what kind of damage we got, if any. Maybe just jump time and won't start back up. But the plan is possibly yanking this head off, putting it on that other motor, slapping that up inside here, because we know the bottom end is good on that. We built that last year. And we'll get this sumbitch up and running. We did find that we have a broken stud here, but there's enough hanging out to where you can probably get a nut on that, or vice grips, or weld a nut to it. We found, I bet that would be good. Yeah, no. That's gonna go right in the fuck it bucket. Anyway, that's where we're at so far. We are wrapping up day one on the 06 R6. And since we found the glitter in the bottom of the engine, we pretty much condemned it. So a friend of mine had a 07, 08 engine that he dropped a valve in, and here is the head. As we can see, some really nice stuff going on in there. So this head is done. And here is the piston for that cylinder. It just so happens that I had an R6 piston on my shelf in my hoard. So what we did was pulled the oil pan, got the two bolts out, or the two nuts, pulled the piston and the rod out, swapped over a different piston. So now we have 4 pistons in the bottom end. This thing's got all new bearings in it. Less than a year. It's actually only got 1 race on it. So everything in the bottom end of this thing is still fresh and new. So I think what we're gonna do is, if we get the go ahead from Tim, is we're gonna pull this motor out We're going to take the head off of this. We're going to check it, clean it up. We're going to put it on this block and slap all of this back up inside there. And Bob's your uncle. Now obviously I have to get the go-ahead from Tim to do that. But we have a game plan. We have a head down there with a bunch of studs in it. So hopefully we can get this stud out that's broken off. Might have to screw a nut on there, weld it on, and then pull it out. But we'll get this motor out and build that one over there and get it stuffed back up inside here. So we have a game plan. So Tim, I need to know if that works for you.